I spent 3 days in Baghdad, Iraq. What I found was a tale of two cities. One is modern, optimistic, and wealthier than you'd expect. The other is a traditional, authentic. I'll show you both sides, the main attractions, tips for getting around the city, and if you stick to the end, I've attached a map with the best places to visit. First up, this is Babylon Mall. Iraq is the same country that the city of Babylon is actually located in. We're gonna grab some breakfast, but this is what the mall looks like. It's done really well, and surprisingly, they do also have a lot of international brands. It has around 5 floors, and it actually is a mix of cheap and expensive stores. Let's get some breakfast now. Yeah, this was actually really delicious. Only cost around $4. Wasn't so bad. And this is the kind of stores that they do have. It is also a really large mall, and it's fairly accessible as well. Prices aren't too bad here. They do have a lot of gold and a lot of luxury items. It was Halloween. As a tip, bring money because cash is king here, and that was the equivalent of a Wilco's in the UK, the English home one. They do also have shishas. Yes, you can actually smoke here as well. And I decided to go for a hot chocolate before leaving. It really has a nice sweet taste to it. That is Baghdad Tower, formerly known as Saddam Tower. You can see it throughout the city as well. It is a restaurant and you can go up there. And that is Saddam Mosque. It's actually stuck in time. No one's touched this since 2003. Basically, the land is valuable, but nobody wants to touch it because of the history. And that is the Central Bank of Iraq, designed by Zaha Hadid. Now, let's get some lunch. Food portions are massive here. If you're not used to it, they're like American size, maybe even bigger. So let's get some lentil soup, and we have some like these Arabic appetizers like baba ganoush and tabbouleh, and that's my meal. It's really delicious, but it was so much food, and there is more food. Let's go for a chai, and it's delicious. And Baghdad as a city actually does come out at night. You'll see lots of these attractions. We're going to Dijlah Village now. It's a large hotel slash residential complex slash really nice luxury apartments, and I'll show you what's there because it's really cool. I wonder what the statue is about. If you can read Arabic, let me know what that says. And that's how it looks like. They've made it really beautiful, and you kind of can really see the luxurious side of Iraq. You do also have a bit of history. I think this one was also built a bit by like Turkish contractors. I wonder who that guy is. You also have the Japanese Italian restaurant food. I decided to go for this milkshake and tiramisu. This is the main beautiful attraction with it. The next day, I went to Mansour Mall, which is the premier mall in all of Iraq. And this is a massive mall. At the time, there were elections. That's why you see all those posters there. Yeah, this mall is absolutely massive. It's mainly made up of luxury stores, but they do have lots of cheap stuff. They even have Game of Thrones as well, surprisingly. Yeah, that's just how big it is. You can see they have like food court at the top and at the bottom. Lots of luxury, but also lots of affordable stores. So it's a bit like Westfield in the UK. But yeah, check out the ceilings on all of this. And the clothes are also affordable. In Iraq, they do have lots of American stores, surprisingly. They even have KFCs and hard. Despite what you see on the news, big chunks of Baghdad actually do look like this. They're either mixed or commercial or residential. And don't forget to stick to the end because I will show you what the real hood of Baghdad looks like. Yeah, there's Baghdad Tower again. Here are a few tips before we continue on to the next few locations. As a tip, bring money. In Iraq and in Baghdad, cash is king. Also use Waze. Google Maps isn't actually really that accurate here. Safety wise, it's a really safe place. There's nothing happening. And most of the roads in Iraq look like this. Baghdad isn't really walkable, but you can use taxis and you can also use an app called Kareem. It's like Uber. You can also use eSIM cards as recommendations, but it is also really cheap and really affordable. Salaries here are under $1,000 a month, and there's Hardee's again. Next up, we're gonna go to a couple of really iconic locations in Baghdad. There's Iraq Central Bank at night. It's a massive skyscraper. I think it's one of the few skyscrapers in Baghdad. And there's another monument. It's a monument to the soldiers of Iraq. This is part of the Green Zone, basically. Before it was never open to the public, but now it is. And you can see another large hotel. Yeah, this is like the best part of Baghdad. Think of it as like Manhattan or Oxford Street. It's really beautiful, really well done. It's also close to Al Zaytuni. Again, it's a monument to I think the unknown soldier. We've now entered an area called Al Zaytunia, and it says Baghdad, you're beautiful. That's what the and it's one of the richest and most expensive parts of Baghdad. And this is the Freedom Monument in Baghdad. This is a famous landmark showing the history of Iraq. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a chance to stay there, but it's a really famous square as well with lots of protests there. Yeah, you can see more of like the beautiful neighborhoods and how like well developed Al Zaytunia is. Lots of high end restaurants, lots of high end stores as well. This is a walking promenade of the Tigris River, and they've made it really nice. This has a lot of stores and a lot of stuff that people can buy. Entry is actually for free, and you can see like what the Tigris River is like. It also contains a bit of the history of Baghdad, and again, it has these. Ooh, there's a couple of cars there. I wonder whose car that is. But yeah, they've just made it look really beautiful, and it's really nice. Like you can take pictures over there, and there's an iconic "I love Baghdad" image. Yeah, there's the Tigris River. There's more of these like really nice spots, and there's the Tigris River actually. Unfortunately, it's the water isn't really that high, but that one was very quickly. If we move on, there's more construction. There's lots of new construction happening around, and there's Baghdad at night, like overlooking the Tigris or the Euphrates rivers, either one of those. But it's really beautiful to look at. That was the first part of the video where I showed you the nicer, more upper scale parts of Baghdad. And in this part of the video, I'm going to be showing you what real life is like in the inner suburbs and in the smaller areas that most tourists will never go to. They actually aren't as bad as the media makes them look out to be. They do usually actually look like this. So lots of like small stores, independent stores. That's a nice thing. Like Iraq doesn't have a lot of like chains. And this is a bank in Baghdad. This is what a bank looks like. The cool thing is you can even get a bank card in under a day. There's Baghdad Tower again. I was just running errands on my last day, basically. There are lots of weddings happening in Iraq all the time, which is something that you don't see. And this is what it's like to work in an inner suburb. Like I did walk this mostly by myself, and it wasn't that dangerous. Like people were saying hello, do you need any help? Are you lost? Along those lines. So people were really nice. I love the fact that you can walk in the evening. So yeah, if you do visit Iraq or Baghdad, the best time to actually go out is in the evening. It's really hot during the day, but in the evening and at night the temperature cools. So Baghdad doesn't actually sleep. Like it's a city that's awake 24 hours during the day, but it's the most alive is during the night. Like around 5 in the morning, you will even see like lots of restaurants that are still open, and there's even delivery services and stuff like that as well. Like people live on delivery food here. Nobody really cooks at home anymore. I even got to ride a tuk-tuk in Baghdad. Yeah, actually, Baghdad does have a lot of tuk-tuks as well. They aren't the safest, but they're pretty cool to ride. This is what a store in Iraq looks like. This is like a supermarket. In comparison to the West, especially places like the UK or Sweden or America, grocery prices are like 60% cheaper. So you can go in there and you can like buy a bunch of food really cheap. You don't even need to cook at home. You can even make stuff outside. Yeah, there's all the kinds of stuff that's available. Most of it is fairly cheap. You can even get tiramisu for like £2 outside. So yeah, they even have lots of fish, all freshly imported as well. It's really cool to see like grocery stores from other countries. There's the famous baklava. I did get to try these. I don't have it on camera though. But yeah, it's all prepared freshly as well. There's pizza and stuff, and this is more along the lines of what like regular normal stalls look like, you can say. Baghdad is a walkable city, but you can't walk everywhere. You do need to take a taxi from time to time. And there's lots more of this construction. You can also use Kias as an example for transport, and there's KFC. They do have it. And this is the map that I promised. Basically, as long as you stick to the center of Baghdad around this area on the map, you should be fine. And that's Dijlah Village that we visited earlier, as Zayuniya and Al Yarmouk, where the Al Mansur Mall. Next week, we're heading to the holy cities of Najaf and Karbala. I'm gonna show you a bit of the history of the place, so stay tuned.